Month 7. I cannot believe we're already halfway through the year and I've already done 6 of these videos. So similar to last month, I didn't learn a skill with my hands. I didn't really learn how to do something, but I learned what tradition feels like. Before I went to Pamplona, I didn't even know what San Fermin was. I thought it was just a part of the tradition of running with the bulls, where for a couple minutes you run with bulls and that's it. That was the whole event. I know that some people would run with the bulls and I know that some people would watch it, and I didn't think it went further than that. I had no clue that it would be part of something so much bigger until I got there. The city wasn't getting ready for a bull run. It was already celebrating. The second I got there, everywhere that I looked, people were dressed in red and white, but it wasn't just red and white. They had a scarf around their neck and they had sometimes a scarf around their waist. And it had to be specifically on the left side. There was music everywhere, families, kids, there were bands, concerts, parades, fireworks, people dancing and celebrating in the streets, in the plaza. There were even people sleeping in the park. Like I'm not even kidding. There were actually people sleeping in the park because they would see us in the daytime, and if they were gonna break night to run with the bulls, they would just sleep right there in the park. And that brings me to the actual bull run. It was only a few minutes every day. In the morning, the bulls would be released and there would be people who would run with the bulls. I didn't realize it was a daily event, and then the celebrating would just continue for the rest of the day. The day that I went to see the bull run, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. And I had the intention of just going to watch the bulls. And somewhere along the line, I changed my mind. It is 5 a.m. and we're heading to see the bull run. Might even be a part of the bull run. I cannot guarantee that statement. However, it is a small possibility. I have no idea what this is about to look like, but I'm gonna take you with me and we're gonna figure it out together. Happy San Fermin. Are you supposed to say that? Happy San Fermin? Either way, happy Bull Run Day. Happy Bull Run Week. Initially, I just wanted to watch it. That was it. Just sit there, just watch it, let them go by, I'm safe, and that's it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, something changed my mind. And I ended up actually running with the bulls. Never did I expect myself. I never thought I would do something that crazy. I don't know what convinced us. I don't know what we were thinking. I still, to this day, I'm not really sure what happened in the moments that led from me watching to me participating. And I'm still kind of in shock that I even did it. This is definitely the craziest thing I've ever thought about doing. Standing there, just waiting for them to come was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my entire life. There were so many people around me just waiting to do the same thing, and with every minute that passed by, I just kept telling myself, I can just stop this right now. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. This is crazy. Leslie, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What is going through your mind? My heart was racing. My heart, you can literally hear it outside of my body. Then out of nowhere, a rocket goes off, you hear a bang, people start running, and they were off. 2.5 minutes later and it's over. And that is how fast that part of this experience was. 2.5 minutes. All the fear, the chaos was gone. The adrenaline was basically the only thing that stayed with me, because I was shaking afterwards. I couldn't believe I did something so insane. I will not recommend it, and I definitely would never do it again. But at the same time, I'm really glad that I got to do it. I can say that I did something like that. I really learned from myself that even if I'm scared to do something, I can still do it. As much as I'll never do that again, I can still look back on it and say I did it. And funny enough, if anyone were to ask me what I would remember the most of this whole experience, of what I learned this month, I wouldn't say it was running with the bulls. That was just part of it. It was everything else that came with it. For a few days, I got to live and experience a culture that I've never been a part of before. I was dancing on the streets, dancing with strangers, making new friends. What I'll remember the most is watching the entire city celebrate a tradition that's been going on for generations. Seeing the different characters that come to life in the streets, seeing the kids play, seeing the kids run from the bulls with the fake little bulls, and watching families just come together. There were people of all ages. It wasn't just something, it didn't feel like it was just like a festival where you just go to a concert and people are just in the streets. There were people of all ages, all ranges, from everywhere, just splattered out into the streets, and everyone was just celebrating. People had their wine, their food, all the restaurants were open and just lively and welcoming, and it just felt, it was more alive than I ever thought it would be. One of my favorite parts was watching the FIFA World Cup semifinals in Spain. I got to witness Spain win in Spain. That was surreal. That was probably the most celebrating. So not only were we celebrating a festival, a holiday that goes on in the city, now the country was celebrating their win. It was insane. I got to cheer alongside locals and be a part of it. They welcomed me with such open arms. At that moment, I think that I really stopped feeling like a visitor. I felt more like I belonged. And it's so funny because I came to run with the Bulls because that's their tradition and I wanted to be a part of that. That was really only a small part of it. The real tradition was the people that were there. The families who come back every year, the music that was in the streets, the marching bands, the celebrations that would last all night, the pride that everyone carries for something that's bigger than themselves. I love that I'm learning that learning something doesn't necessarily mean learning a new skill that I'm just adding to my life. I'm realizing that learning could be stepping into someone else's world and taking their traditions and learning from that. So I'm not gonna say that this month taught me to run with the Bulls. I think that this month taught me more about the city of Pamplona and the celebration of the San Fermines. It taught me how traditions really keep communities alive and how it connects them. It shows you that sometimes the most famous part of a place isn't what makes the place. It's the people who are in it and what they do. So I'm gonna stick with, some months I'll learn something with my hands, and some months I'll learn how to see things differently or how to live through things differently. And I still think that is learning, because I'm learning traditions and I'm learning through people, which I think is important. No matter how I learn something, I still think that the purpose of this, learning something new every month, is to challenge myself and do something different every month, because life will continue whether I do it or not. And that's really what I love about these videos and why I'm going to continue doing them. I love how much this series has changed for me and how it's changing me and how I'm seeing things differently, learning something different, taking on new things, really putting myself and pushing myself to do things that terrify me, even when I don't intend it to. The Bulls are what brought me to Pamplona, but for me, it's the traditions that I'm taking from it and what I will remember the most. And that's what I learned this month. Next month is August, and I am excited to see what that's gonna bring me, because at this point, I genuinely don't know what I'm gonna come up with. I will see you next month.